All right, let's look at some of the resources that you have for starting to think about identifying your business or starting your business or company. And the first point that I'd like to point out to everybody is when you're at this point and you're trying to identify your business or nail down what it is that you want to do, you want to first think like a business owner first, and then like a commercial art freelancer second. So you got to kind of switch the way that you think. One of the things that I always tell my classes is that, artists and creative people tend to be more right brained as opposed to left brain. And that means that we think a little bit different than a left brain person. And when you're right brained, you tend to kind of not think analytically, you think creatively, you think design oriented. Sometimes you're unorganized, you don't always see things step by step on how to accomplish it. Sometimes your ideas come to you just in a dream or in a thought or out of the blue or when you're talking to someone else. Whereas another person that's brained in their thinking, they're very analytical and they think about things step by step. And that's kind of what you want to do. You got to flip the way you think when starting a business because it is a step by step process. And that's what we're going to be covering in this class. Now, I'd like you to visit the following website, which is the SBA website. And what that website offers, and it's a great website that they've put together for people looking to start up a company. Let me go ahead and pull over this Firefox window here, and we'll take a look at the SBA Labs website. And first of all, I'm out here and we'll be talking about this page in just a moment. But I want you to take a look at the opening page. The SBA.gov is the website URL. You can see it right up here. I'll zoom in on it if I can. Nope, can't do it during the recordings. But anyhow, they offer a lot of helpful insight and step by step process as well as videos. And I wanted to go over this site, but they have a link here about thinking about starting a business. Here's one for creating your business plan, choosing your business structure, which we'll be talking about today, choose and register your business, and so forth, all the way down. I have various links to this website, and I'd like you to start browsing and checking out what's offered here. In particular, if you go to the Learning Center, and I'll go ahead and click that, but there's online training as well as videos and chat sessions and everything else that is not included in those other three to get you started. And I will be accessing some of these sites or pages as we go forward in this class. Let me go ahead and switch back to D2L here. There's 20 questions for starting a business. I'd like you to go ahead and go into the 20 questions and print these out and go ahead and write your answers on them. Save that sheet of paper that you're using for the 20 questions. And at the end of the class, we're going to go through those 20 questions again and see if you're more clear or more guided or have more thoughts about what to do for each of those 20 questions. And then I already pointed out the learning portal for this, which is right here under Learning Center, that you can jump in and get into a lot of the online training that we have from this site, the SBA, Small Business Association website. And then please review here the 10 steps for starting your business. And you'll be following these 10 steps if you actually want to start your business during this class. Some students do that. But in this class, just to point out, you're not to spend any money on like securing a domain name or following any of the 10 steps here for starting a business that require you to spend any money or fill out any forms. This is kind of theoretically that we're going to go through how to start a business in this class, but be developing a lot of the pieces, a lot of the advertising, a lot of the promotion, um, the different pieces that we need to develop a business. So please go ahead and take a look at all of these various 1, 2, 3, 4 links to look at the content for starting a business and to start to get a feel for what is it going to take to get a business off the ground. Also to point out, this class is about starting and running a business. And just to point out too, those are two entirely different types of skills and techniques. Starting a business has its own set of steps, such as 10 steps to starting a business. And then running a business has to do with a lot of planning. Also, throughout this course, you're going to be developing a business plan. It's project 3 in our course syllabus, and it's the final project that you'll do for this class. And you will be developing a business plan and all the various components of a business plan. So that is kind of like the big project of this class. And I just want you to be aware of that. We'll talk more about business plans as we get farther into this class. But for right now, this is kind of just an overview of what you'll need to do to start a business.